What it do? T-Rapper Drumdummie.
Shamu Drumdummie. It's my motherfucking birthday, bitch.
Happy birthday, Shamu.
Hey,
and this is the Drumdummie Podcast.
Boy, refill.
So Shamu, why you pouring up? This right here is highly requested. What we doing?
It's fucking. I know it.
A lot of people been asking us to come back, and we decided to come back and not stop this time.
I never wanted to stop the beginning.
We never wanted to stop, but if y'all can see the setup right now, this shit is stressful.
Like, do y'all know how fucking hard it is to even do these motherfucking, like, if it was just, it would still be difficult if we was just doing the motherfucker with, like, just audio. But
yeah,
the shit so fucking, man, it's more than it fucking seems. Don't ever look at like an episode of fucking, like, of this podcast, Drink Champs, or any motherfucking podcast, period, because that shit got so much motherfucking setup to go into it. It's fucking ridiculous.
True. So we had a couple questions. I cannot find my damn iPhone for nothing. I don't know where I left it at. My phone over there too low.
Straight to the request line.
Yeah. Let me see that. Yeah, we had a couple questions. This from a while ago right here.
Oh shit. From like the last podcast?
Yeah. And it's from
what's the last podcast we put out?
The last podcast we put out was Christmas Day.
Oh, okay.
Anything new you want to tell us about while I go get the questions?
Man, there's been so much go the fuck on. There was actually supposed to be another podcast posted about fucking a month ago, or maybe a month, 2 months ago. We actually filmed the whole podcast, which goes into how difficult the shit is as far as like getting audio equipment to work right, along with the camera and every fucking thing.
Yep.
We filmed the whole fucking like 45-minute, hour worth of fucking podcast, and it was excellent. Like, but the fucking audio went out. Like somewhere along the way, like we were recording the audio on FL Studio. FL just decided, hey, fuck this podcast, and just quit. Like right
the
down the
whole
middle.
fucking audio went out. I remember that.
And we wasn't like, you know, when you looking at the camera doing the podcast, you're not turning around looking at the fucking the damn, you know, the doll to see if the bitch still recording or whatever the fuck. Like,
yep.
then the screen went black on the computer and all that too, you know, so like going into, I guess, power save mode or whatever the fuck. So we didn't know the motherfucker had cut out. So we had another podcast and that motherfucker just did not happen. Like,
yeah.
And I'm depressed as shit about that. But in the meantime, in between time, there's been so much fucking work go on.
You went to South by Southwest, right?
With fucking TJ Freak, my brother. I've been doing shows like a motherfucker with T-Lo, who just dropped his mixtape that I produced, Goldfinger.
He behind the camera, so what up, T-Lo?
What's happening?
You ain't got
y'all can't see him, but you know he behind the camera
T-Lo
right now.
back there, you know, there.
They crooked as hell, but you get it.
Yeah. But T-Lo just dropped this project, Goldfinger. That was recent, but you know, we worked on that shit. My boys up in Dothan, Corey Bigby, Luck Benji, and even Topside. I did fucking projects with them. Corey and Luck done already released that project. Corey's was Collabs Volume 1. Damn. I think Luck was shit, I can't remember what he said the name of his project was, but them motherfuckers came out. I've been working with Emily Hurd. I just dropped the first artist showcase on my channel. And of course, we just mentioned South by Southwest. We just got done doing fucking Love Jones therapy show, me, T-Lo, and TJ Freak. And fucking you.
Well, I just did my shit with Sean 1K out of what is it, Tuscaloosa?
I think he's Tuscaloosa.
I think it is. Yeah. He out that way. He just came down and did a whole project with me in like 2 days. So, and that man right there worked hard.
But the Alabama boys work hard. Period.
That's one of the things I want to start out talking about too, cause I was gonna tell our squad to start doing this, because even once I go to the A and shit, you got these artists when they serious. Like if you're a serious artist, they go up there and when they get put in the studio, they have to engineer themselves sometimes. They ain't just got. A lot of artists think people just supposed to work for them. Like
just do everything.
That shit ain't. You ain't just got people around it working for you. You got to. If I make my artist a template on Pro Tools, he should be able to go in there and after I make the beat, he should be able to just punch himself in and record, because it makes it easier.
Especially if it's somebody that just is in the studio or works with that equipment or works with that
all
producer
the
that has
time,
that
all
equipment
the time.
all the fucking time. Like,
Yep.
They ain't no skill. I mean, even fucking TJ knows how to record herself on FL. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, that's primary. I'm finna swap over Pro Tools as soon as I get my shit back. But
I mean, it made it so easy for us to record because like last time he came, he did the same thing, but with any other artist, no disrespect to any other artist, but like the more you have to make a beat and then record it too, it kind of burn you out.
especially if you making a beat on the spot and then all that shit.
But once you can make a beat and you can leave out the room and let that artist do his thing for about an hour and 45, and he come back and get you like, all right, I'm ready for another one.
Like, I feel like
that
that shit work better anyway, because I mean, that motherfucker's in there with nothing but him and his fucking creativity. Like, I mean, some people do enjoy having a producer that'll have their input on it. Like, and I understand that, but
I talked to my cousin about the same thing. I told him about it. He was like, yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with what you're saying, because he was like, when I'm doing it with you, I'm trying to kind of rush you. I ain't really sitting back I can't like get in my zone because I feel like I'm taking so much of your time that I'm just trying to rush it and hurry up and get it over with. And that's why I always call back and be like, I don't like the song because
you don't rush through.
You don't rush through
it.
I
found myself doing that same kind of shit. Like,
yeah,
because I'll have so much shit I got to do, like emails or something I got to do like on my phone or over this way on the laptop. That's, you know, beside the rest of my equipment and shit. But if the artist knows how to work that program and can do it, you know, themselves in the studio or whatnot, and that's not saying that the artist has to come in and do everything.
Yeah, you ain't got to do everything.
You ain't got to go in and then mix it your fucking self and all that shit. But if you know how to hit record and like get to that microphone, especially if it's like a home setup like we got. Usually the microphone's like right there. All you got to do is hit record and then turn this way and then spit the shit.
Yeah.
Like after you record it, I mean, we
gonna mix
it.
We ain't telling y'all to. We not telling y'all to record and mix yourself. Even though that was Sean did, so I gotta take my hat off to him again.
Sean mixed his shit
He
too?
mixed all his shit. I didn't have to touch nothing.
That motherfucker.
He mixed it.
God damn, Sean, why ain't that more like you?
Cause only thing you needed is a template set up, and you could just tweak the template to your vocals. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not telling everybody y'all gotta be fucking mixing engineers or nothing like that. But what we is saying is, just only thing you gotta do is click record and fucking hit the space bar and record. If you fuck up, hit Control and Z. I don't give a damn what computer you on. If you on a Mac, it's probably gonna be like Command and Z. Like, it's simple hotkeys. If you don't remember the hotkey, put it in your damn phone. The same way you write a verse, you need to have a notepad, that little link that say hotkeys for when I record. And they need to show you everything you need to know about when you record so you can do it. Unless you go into somebody's big studio where they don't want you fucking with their shit.
Then, of course, you'd have...
Then he gonna do it for you.
That.
But if you in a home studio in a bedroom or something, you got a little producer you working with, and you don't want to burn him out, tell him, hey, bro, go do what you want. Go watch TV for a minute. You just got done making fucking 2 beats in a row for me. I'm gonna work on these 2 beats, and by the time you come back, I'll be ready to do 2 more.
And then, I mean, shit, that gives you some time to fucking, you know, recharge, get your shit back right. Because when you sitting there, especially like, you know, for when I did the sessions with like Corey and them, and no disrespect to them, because I mean, it was a fun project doing this shit the whole weekend. Staying up for 48 hours straight wasn't fucking fun, but you know, it was fun to like recording the whole experience. But at the same time, like all the beats, like I wasn't making the beats straight up either. Like all the beats was already made. I was just pulling them over and recording them. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't me trying to do just every single fucking thing.
That's when it kind of is better. You can record them if they already got the beats they want, then it's cool to do that. At least, long as you doing just one thing. But when you trying to make the beat, record them, make the beat, record them. At the end of the night, you can't get mad when your producer fucking dead ass tired, cause how long can he go?
And then you work like you want it while your mix sounds this way or that way, like.
Bro, my mix sound bad on song 4, 5, song 4 all the way through 10.
You had
the first 4 you did were good. Well, because the fucking on the 4th song, his ass was probably tired as a motherfucker.
You had the man making the beats, mixing the beats, recording you, mixing you, and then going repeat process. Like that's way too fucking much for somebody to be doing, especially for like one session. And then for a lot of home studios, these producers ain't asking for much.
Yep.
Like, not much at all. Like I mean, I ain't gonna give no price on session because I'm officially done with sessions.
Yeah.
We'll get to that shit in a second. But you know, we ain't really doing sessions unless it's like way out of fucking town. You really trying to drop some money and you serious about your shit.
Okay, so I want to move a little bit further with a person had commented like, how do you get people on your team? Like, how do you get a street team? You know, that's what they call a street team.
You mean like road promotion or shit like that? Like putting up flyers, shit like that?
Yeah, the thing I was trying to say about it was you got to be able to offer them something. Like a lot of these artists think they can get a free street team. Like, oh, I'm gonna just put on Facebook, I need a team. DM me if you interested.
There's something in return. Like, and then a lot of times, if you got somebody that's just like that, you know, ride or die for you for your music and shit, some of these people will do it for free, but it's even then it's still not free. Like, you know, these people, they'll want like, yeah, well, like, you know, next video you in, like, let me get a spot.
That's what I was finna say. But a lot of these artists, their ego is so out there that they feel like, I should do it free. And if you ask me for something, then I got to go on to the next person. I need to try to find another person who will do it for free because they feel like you shouldn't be trying to ask me to do nothing. Like, only thing I need you to do is what I'm asking you to do. But that's not the way to go. If you really want to build a street team, offer something. It ain't got to be no money. It can be anything. Like, it can be anything, but you got to give up something. That's the same way with anybody starting a business. You can't go to nobody and say, invest in me, and then when they say, all right, when you get on, I want 20% of your contract, and then you look at them crazy.
That's what an investment is. Ain't nobody gonna give money and just unless it's.
Ain't nobody giving you nothing.
I mean, you're a rapper. You're not a charity case. Ain't nobody giving you fucking money for free. And not to mention, just back on the street team deal. If you want a motherfucker to be in the street with your shit, like literally in the fucking street with it, you gotta give them something to fucking promote with. You know, that's not just your fucking Instagram name. So you got some just random motherfuckers standing on the corner in their everyday wear trying to stop motherfuckers and be like, yo, like, you know, check this dude out or check this out or whatever the fuck. Like, now you just look like a fucking creeper. Now, if you put like so many people on the street in fucking t-shirts with your product on it or your Twitter handle or your logo or whatever the fuck, that'll look a little bit better. But also like fucking business cards or even like flyers or fucking mixtapes.
Tell them what we're looking like.
I mean, a lot of motherfuckers, it's good.
Just stop automatically.
Hit the record button.
I don't know why it.
Yeah, that one does that.
Good thing we got that one over there too.
Yep. But
yeah, you gotta watch that one.
I see.
But keep going.
But like, you know, business cards, like have them in a fucking in t-shirts with your shit on it, or you know, as far as like rappers and shit go, most of y'all print mixtapes up all the fucking time. Don't be afraid to give a couple mixtapes out for free.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, we in a fucking age where motherfuckers are not paying for mixtapes, hard copy or not. These motherfuckers ain't paying for that shit.
Yeah.
When you got live mixtapes and my mixtapes and fucking Spinrilla and shit, you can get so much music for free. Do not expect to print up some hard copies and then sell every fucking copy, because most of the time it's not gonna happen at all. Like sometimes that shit don't even happen for artists that's own this shit. Album sales are down as fuck. Like it's physical copies anyway. That shit just mega down.
So what you think a person should? What's your advice to an artist to do when they get done? Because a lot of people have this problem. They get in the studio and they make a song. What do they do after they record the song? Like what step do they take? Some people don't know. They don't know what they should do.
Make sure it's fucking mixed first off. Like,
I mean, what if they don't have the, you know, just like, okay, say when they song mixed and ready to go.
Okay. And
what step do they take towards street marketing or internet marketing? Like what should they upload to? What not to do? Like what should you do? What not to do?
In 2017, if you don't have an internet marketing or like an internet following whatsoever, you kind of hustling backwards at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my opinion. Like some people may actually be able to get on just by street, but 2017, you kind of got to have a fucking internet deal.
Yeah.
And you know, if you are just like a street dude, most of the people in the street, if you have people that fuck with you that hard in the street, a good amount of them actually got online, you know, they got Instagrams and shit like that. They could probably shout you out and whatnot. But even then, if you don't have an internet deal, if you don't have a Twitter handle or email or anything of that nature, how the fuck is anybody gonna get in touch with you? Because I mean, not everybody pull up at your trap spot and be like, yo, I like your music.
Yeah, you're right. T-Lo, hit that mouth for me.
But
Just move.
as far as like which way they should go, it's just it depends on the person. First off, just make sure you got everything you need as far as social media and contact wise. And if you're gonna go to the street, make sure you got something physical with that information on it to hand out. Be it, mixtapes with the information on it, or business cards, or fucking t-shirts like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And
my take would be, once you get done and you got your song mixed and ready to go, upload it. You can upload it to any platform you really want to. I can't really say what's good or what's bad. SoundCloud, you can upload to YouTube. Whatever you upload to though, dump a few dollars into it. Your next check, that's one of the main things we never talk about is putting a little bit of money behind the song you dropping. Like if you drop a song, a month or a song a week, put money behind that song that you dropping. And
I think that's another thing. Like, now it's just my opinion. Now it may not work. It may work different with other people, but especially if you are an artist just on the rise, like dropping a song a week or dropping, like fucking Future and Drake drop tapes and shit like that. Future and Drake got millions of fucking fans and shit.
But see, this the same thing Russ did. I'm just saying, if you got that work ethic and your song is really mixed, this ain't for people who don't like. Okay, it's a line between who can do this. If your song is not mixed, if it ain't high quality, don't drop a song a week. If you know deep down inside that it don't sound good enough to be dropping a song a week, unless you just that person who really got high quality music, which everybody can still think this, because everybody got an ego when it comes to doing music. Yeah. But you really got to let somebody hear it, and you got to understand, like, if it really ain't that high quality, you shouldn't be dropping a lot of it. And if you don't got a lot of time to do music, build up a few songs and drop what you got and promote that. And another thing I say is, if you got an album cover, say for instance you got an album cover
or a single cover,
by the time you promote that album cover 5 times in a week on whatever your social media site may be, and ain't nobody else posting it, it kind of time to start going to your single covers. Like, try to get a single cover for every song on your mixtape, because at some point it start looking like spam. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you got to get them different covers and shit like that. Like, that what Dank C was telling our artist Rail. Like, he made sure he told him, like, bruh, once you know what I'm saying? And I thought about it too, because I ain't even think about it like that, but he was like, once you put it down there so many times, it really ain't nothing else you can do but go on to whatever else is on your mixtape and start promoting that.
You got a point. That's actually some shit I've seen go on within the camp. So
it happened. It gonna happen, but it's just a learning experience.
And just so that even fucking proves, we people too, we fuck up. So.
And look, I'm telling you, it's the smaller things you have to really think about. Like, before Big Homie told me this, I'm sitting here like, I knew it was spamming, but I ain't know that little type of thing made it. That's the spamming part of it. The fact that you got the same thing. It ain't the fact that you keep talking about the album. It's the fact that you got the same picture popping up about this album.
Fucking visual.
The same link, the same exact words. Go share every week or every day. It ain't nothing different. It's just like it's small shit that you cannot have the same about it.
And you mentioning that shit, like, just go share. Like, that was something I wanted to talk about in a future video, which I'll elaborate on more. But it's just like, just knowing that fucking fine line between spamming and promotion, knowing the difference between the fucking two. Because if you posting some shit, especially if you go to somebody or you fucking hit their inbox or some shit and say, yo, my song dropping, go share, go support me. Like, you telling me to do this shit like I'm your bitch. Like, I'm not gonna fucking support you. Fuck you. I don't even know you. You didn't even give me any money. Like, fuck the money. Like, you take that shit out. You didn't give me any love. You didn't give me any conversation. Like, you didn't give me a lick of shit. You don't know me from a fucking hole in the wall, and you just hit me up saying go share.
And if you want to get on with music, another thing you got to do is you gotta put in just put in work, like, and time. Give it time. Like, it's a lot of people who starting out doing music today, and they'll be they looking for they just do tomorrow, and it's like
shit don't
you
happen.
really got to put in way more time than that, and people got to understand, like, if you working at a temp service, you got to be there how many days before they take you serious?
Sometimes, like, I mean, like, the factor I work with,
a half a year before motherfuckers say, all right, we trust
year.
you. We gonna give you this opportunity to do something.
Sometimes you'll be there 2 whole fucking years.
Exactly.
Before they even start you out at they minimum.
And think about how many rappers coming up overnight and shit. You think people just wanna?
And I think that's a load of shit too. Like, a lot of these people that they say, yeah, I just blew up overnight, or I just came out overnight and this fucking happened. Like, they ain't been doing this shit just overnight. Like, there was a scheme. There was a scheme behind it, and these motherfuckers had already been doing music like before or something, in some kind of a way, and just now started putting it on the internet or some shit like that. You know, like there's still no just overnight sensation. Like, you just gonna record a song today, your first song ever, and then you just gonna be on tomorrow. Like, that's complete fucking bullshit. That will never happen.
Yeah, a lot of, and then moving on a little bit forward, a lot of people, they want investors. You know what I'm saying? They want people. I just need somebody to invest in my music. That's all I need, and I'll take off. I got to get on this point too, because a lot of people get their music invested in, and they'll get on and get locked up, and keep doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It happen all the time, like, and that's why a lot of people don't invest in people coming up, because everybody want to have. You can't have your foot in the streets and trying to get your foot in the game at the same time if you're not making money in the streets. If you ain't some type of huge dope boy that really got a fucking check, like, and then you trying to become a rapper, that's different. But if you just a street dude, do petty street hustles and hit licks and all this shit and do dumbass shit, shoot dice all day type shit, like, and be in all type of bullshit on the block every day, that's really not that shit you can let go. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Dope boys have a hard time letting shit go because they been in it so long and they got so much money out of it. But you got street motherfuckers, little street dudes who don't make no money in the streets that won't let it go, so somebody can invest in them. You know what I'm saying? So that's, if you want somebody to invest in you, you got to put in that work, and you got to show them that you want to be invested in. Like, you got to. And then you can't just always wait for somebody to make a play for you. A lot of y'all got to learn how to go out and make your own plays. Like, you got to learn how to just read. Like, just look for shit. Just try to find shit to do and make people understand that, oh, I ain't got to do everything for him. If I do put money behind him, I know he one of the people that'll go get his own shot.
Especially if you still independent. Like, if somebody's putting money behind you and you still independent, this person that's putting money behind you ain't fixing to go get you fucking shows and book you recording sessions and fucking pay for your sessions and whatever the fuck else. If they invested in you, they gave you that sum of money to go make that play on your own, to go fucking do the shit that you talking about you want to do. You got the money to go do it. Now it's up to you to get off your ass and go do it.
And now we got to get to the investor. It's a whole other side of this. The investor. You got a lot of dudes who invest and they like to look better than their artists. You know what I'm saying? They want to invest in somebody so bad, but they too caught up and
that goes
they self to invest.
What the fuck I was about to say earlier about just if you finna be an artist of anything, period, it's okay if you want to be a little cocky about the shit, or if you that confident about your music. It's your music, that's your baby. I get that.
I'm just saying there might be a lot of people watching right now that got people investing in them, and the person who investing, like, is basically like, why do I even need you if you not investing? Like, I see you with more shit than I got. Not saying you supposed to be in a motherfucker pocket getting their money or no type of shit like that. Because it's their money, they do whatever. But if you're gonna invest if you're gonna invest in somebody, take him serious and make him take you serious. If not, move on. Because ain't no sense of this person thinking you finna do something or help them out in exchange for you to get in exchange for the investor to get money on the back end if he not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Don't say you're gonna invest in me and not gonna do it. So I ain't just want to get on the rapper's head about asking people to invest, because sometimes it be investors.
So you ain't so much talking about like just investors. You talking about motherfuckers that throw the word around like it's just
like fucking the fake investor. That's what I'm talking about. Like people who come out, man, I don't like your music, man. I want to put some money behind you,
and then never do.
And don't want to put no money behind you for real.
And just really want to keep you down so that they can look better. A lot of the motherfuckers that do that though, like other artists that have, again, what I was about to get on, just egos like a motherfucker. Most of y'all motherfuckers got to get the fuck rid of them egos. If you got an ego while you on camera or some shit like that's okay. But if you trying to get around in the fucking business end of this shit, you can't have no fucking ego. You can't be, oh, I'm better than this motherfucker, I shouldn't have to pay him that much. Or fucking, man, I rap better than him, I want him on the song, I can't do no song with him. Nah, like, fuck that. Shrink your fucking head, because this motherfucker you think you better than probably got a bigger fan base than you. So do a song with him. If anything, your verse will probably make him sound better, because if you so much better than him, your fucking verse will make his song sound better or more listenable to people who want to hear verses that are better, whatever your opinion of better may be. Like,
yep,
just shrink them fucking egos and shit. I do too many sessions and work with too many fucking people who feel like they just all that in a bag of shit, and you ain't. Like, you are not that fucking good. Like, I look at myself in the mirror every day, not in a fucking negative light, but I'll be like, you ain't shit. Like, you know what I mean? What
like, my take on it is, I was just saying it the other day, like, anybody who call me, any of my customers, they know when they call me, I ain't never, you got to ask me who I work with before I should really tell you who I work with.
I ain't finna brag about a damn thing.
I ain't bragging about nothing, and I stay humble, because the second you think, oh, I play the piano this good, oh, I rap this good, oh, I'm good enough, I can play the keys just a little bit good enough, then that's the second somebody come right by you and take your spot. Like, the second you think you good enough, it take away the room for you to get better, because you already done, you put a ceiling on yourself.
Yep.
You capped it off right there. Okay, I'm good enough.
So that's where, just to elaborate on that, when I look in and say I ain't shit,
it's so you don't put that ceiling on yourself.
That's me meaning, okay, yeah, I can do this, but the next motherfucker can probably do this. So I want to get better to be better than them, and that's not being egotistical. That's like just show it like in a respectful manner. This motherfucker plays keys better than me. Like this motherfucker can play keys better than me all fucking day. He can.
But my thing
piano
is,
circles around my
thing
ass.
is, can I play better than Zay? Hell no.
Exactly.
So it's like, hold on. That just brought me to the point.
Shit.
Local competition is not who you compete against. We're going to go into a bigger detail on a whole nother podcast of this, but I just want to speak on it for a minute.
Because I definitely got something to say.
Local competition is not what you look for. You can't be running around your city. I see a lot of people, because I got a lot of people on my Facebook who from different cities, and they always say, I'm the hottest in my city, I'm the hottest in my city, I'm the hottest in my city. Ain't no unsigned rapper, ain't no underground rapper around here fucking with me. Dog, if you're not competing with Future, Ross, Uzi, I don't give a fuck, whoever on the billboard, go look at the billboards. If that's who you not competing against, you not gonna win. The people who made it, they was going against motherfuckers who were in the game. When I first started doing YouTube beats, I had to listen to beats that were literally coming out on the radio and be like, how can I get my shit to sound like this? And I ain't got an SSL board. I ain't got none of the tools they got to fucking make it sound like that. But that's who I'm fucking competing against.
Yep.
I ain't competing against fucking Joe Blow from around the block. Oh, I'm better than him, so I'm gonna get on Facebook and then say, I'm the best producer in my city. How many times you gonna see me say that? How many times have you seen me say that? I don't give a fuck about being the best in my little bit ass city that I'm from. Cause it ain't nobody around who barely produce anyway, and the people who do produce, I salute them. But I ain't finna go around just keep on saying I'm better than this person, I'm better than this person. If it ain't fucking Zaytoven, Metro Boom, and Scott Storch, anybody who in the game who producing, then I don't give a fuck. I'm not competing against nobody locally.
Tim, check that camera real quick. I just got the notification popped up on.
We not competing against nobody locally at all. And the second y'all take that serious, it'll change. I mean, like, you just can't compete against. You can't compete against the locals in your area forever.
Because and just to elaborate on that even more, if you competing against motherfuckers on the billboard or motherfuckers,
you just hit it again.
If you competing against motherfuckers on the billboard or motherfuckers in the industry, did it cut it off or was it back recording? Alright, yeah, that's once again how difficult this shit is. But if you competing against motherfuckers that's on the billboards or motherfuckers that's in the industry, eventually you're gonna end up in the industry competing with them. If you're trying to be the hottest in your local area or I'm the hottest in my city, then that's as far as you're gonna fucking go because you're only competing against people in your city.
And
so you're gonna be in your city.
Too. When you said when you compete against people in the industry, you end up competing against them like we were just talking about the fucking blurred line of on and off. Like how you know when you own, like once you compete against the greats and the people who better so much, you end up getting to that level and don't even know you there. Like we be in so much shit and we don't even think about it that way because we don't bump head with these people all day. But one of my partners was telling me I was on the list with Zay before, like all this type of shit. Like I don't know this shit, but once you compete against these motherfuckers so much, that end up being who you compete against. You know what I'm saying? Like
you literally get listed with these people.
Yeah.
That when you start out with, these are the people you want to be listed against, but somewhere along the lines, a lot of local rappers in any city lose sight of who they originally wanted to be fucking listed with.
They get egos. They want to be listed as the best locally. That's the point.
That's why they lose sight.
A lot of people, say for instance, and it's a lot of rappers from whatever town might be competing with the hottest rapper in their town. Like, say for instance, you from Memphis, you competing with Young Dog. A lot of people from Memphis probably not competing with Young Dog. They probably competing with
their local area.
With their local, you know what I'm saying? They feel like, oh, Young Dog too good to be competing against. No, he's not. That's who you need. You need to work with. You need to try to go against people who better than you so you can get better. So like, don't try to go against people you. Don't prey on the weak. If you know you better than this rapper, what you gonna keep sitting here saying you better than this rapper for? If you're not gonna move on, Floyd wouldn't have been 49-0 if he gonna keep on saying I beat fucking the first person he ever fucking knocked out or whatever.
Or ever beat, because I mean, did Floyd even win his first fight with a knockout? Or
we don't even know. He probably didn't even win with a knockout. I mean, I don't even know.
He might have even took some L's at the beginning of his career. Who the fuck knows?
Exactly. But the thing is,
yeah.
I mean, you ain't gonna get nowhere by keep on talking about who you beat up. I don't give a fuck what it is in life. You keep talking about all this old shit or the weaker people, what you done did already. Okay, what you gonna do next? That's the whole thing about it. What you gonna do next, man?
That's
and we're gonna elaborate on that in the next podcast. But I
was about to say, I think that's a good stopping point on this motherfucker. I don't want to drop too many bombs on these motherfuckers. I can't even say I've been as lighthearted as I usually am in this motherfucker, which also in the next podcast when I go to talk to you local motherfuckers, you'll figure out why I'm so fucking pissed at you too. But
yeah, we'll explain that later.
Yeah, that's a good stopping point, And maybe in the next one after I vent my aggressions and my,
Oh yeah, and just some lighter questions real quick before we go. A lot of people like to ask how we get our vocals so clean, which we beat ourselves up about. Watching a lot of mixing tutorials, and we just keep doing that over and over. And the microphones we use, I use a PVM2. Right now, you using the Blue Cat, right?
Bluebird.
Bluebird, yeah, the Bluebird. The Blue Cat.
Even originally, like, just the microphone you get. I think sometimes you may be, I can't remember the name of the microphone, but you may be able to go under 100 and get you a microphone that works good enough to get, vocals that'll work on the internet. But not on the internet, but, on the radio. That's what I meant. The wrong fuck's starting to get to me. But, I was originally working with an Audio-Technica AT2020, just a damn, little $99 microphone. $99 on Sweetwater. And it's $99 because, of course, I think another thing, too, is just you kind of got to have an audio interface to go with that shit. Because if you run a USB microphone straight into your computer, you're not going to get that kind of quality. Like, it's just not going to fucking work. USB microphones are not the move. If you're using USB microphones,
you need to have the prong plug-in to go up under your microphone.
It's gotta be a XLR, the one that looks circular and got the little fucking the little prongs sticking out the end. If that's a good fucking example, that probably ain't. But have an audio interface. Damn, what is it? PreSonus is a good audio interface to get. They're really cheap. Focusrite, they got the Focusrite actually sells a whole studio setup. They'll give you a microphone, the headphones, the audio interface. I don't know how good the Focusrite microphone that comes with that set works. I don't know the quality on that. I ain't never used it, but they do sell a starter pack.
Yeah,
a studio.
They got a whole lot of starter packs for a lot of different brands.
And like the Focusrite one, I want to say it's only like 3 something. It might be 2 something. But I mean, and then Sweetwater got payment plans and shit, so. It don't cost a whole lot of fucking money when you put in payment plans and shit like that into it.
And for the producers, what I'll go first. I'll go ahead and say it first, but I want to ask you too. What's your favorite plugin you're using right now? What's a plugin that you ain't got to get into yet that you finna get into, and what keyboard is you using? And I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all right now. I traded my fucking Chronos 2 for the I went to Guitar Center and I got the complete keyboard, and I fuck with it. They got the little touch sensitive pitch blend and pitch wheel. Right now the speakers I'm using, I go ahead and explain it too. The Yamahas, I got the white Yamahas, the HS7, I got the HS5 right there too. Computer I'm still using my HP, and I just upgraded to a Mac 2 over there. I still got my Akai beat machine too. And the plugins, my favorite plugin I'm using right now would be Omnisphere, because of the bells in there. My favorite plugin the favorite sound I'm using though is the Rhodes out of Silent that I go in and put a special effect on. I can't tell y'all that. But that's the favorite sound I like to use right now. That's my main
give away
sound.
the secret Krabby Patty formula, Mr. Krabs.
And what was yours be?
Shit, as far as equipment that I'm working with, since you went through the whole deal. Right now I got a Cybertron. I can't remember the actual name of the computer, but it's a Cybertron PC tower. Meant for like gaming and shit like that, which those are actually really fucking good for doing music if you go on a PC route. Using a Cybertron PC with 16 gigs of RAM. Not 16. Is it 16? Yeah, it's 16. 16 gigs of RAM. Of course, I'm still on FL. I'm not even on FL12. Like, I'm actually, working with FL12 shit. I prefer 10. So
a lot of people like 10. A lot of people like 11.
I went to FL10. I'm still using that. And as far as plugins go, like what I'm using right now, and it's been one of my favorites for a minute, is actually Purity. I like, even though some of the sounds in there sound a little bit, cheesy.
Yeah.
Kind of like just analog as fuck. If that's the word to describe that.
I don't know how to explain it. I know exactly what you're
they're
talking
they're a lot smaller than what a lot of shit. I've been using Purity. I did fuck with Nexus a good bit. Then Nexus got so fucking played out online. I can't fuck with that. But just the favorite plugin I'm using right now is Purity. I fuck with that because nobody wants to use it because they like. Oh,
what's your favorite sound in Purity? Rolls, bells.
Definitely right now I'm fucking with the it's a vintage EP in the piano. Vintage EP2 in the piano presets.
I used to use that a lot for Zay type beats.
I put a little reverb on it. Is that bitch full?
Yeah.
Alright. But yeah, I put a little reverb on it, a little delay, and just make it, and a couple extra, secret herbs and spices that we can't release. But
well, yeah, I think that about wrap it up. Y'all can get in the comment box. Y'all can drop whatever y'all want us to talk about, however y'all feel about what we talked about, and it's all real shit, and it's all to help you. It ain't the fucking bad shoe.
It's all
real
love.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been asking for the podcast. We back on it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to stop the first time, but it's so much shit that go behind this stuff that it's really a lot of preparation that you have to get done to do this stuff. It ain't just pull up and just, you know what I'm saying?
Pull the camera out and talking to it because you ain't getting the audio quality and all the rest of that bullshit.
We got different mic setups and all type of shit up in here. So, yeah, definitely jump in the comment box and tell us what you think, what we need to talk about, and we'll be reviewing music next time, produced by us. Don't send me nothing produced by nobody else.
Most definitely.
Produced by us, in either one or both. Send us that to my email, tellme823@gmail, or
Drumdummie@gmail.
And we'll drop that in the link below too, and we'll review it before the podcast even begin. And yeah, that's all for now.
To the next. Y'all take it easy.
T-Rapper Drumdummie.
Shamu with Drumdummie.
Drumdummie Podcast.
All right, we good.